Alright, what is going on, guys? My name is Leon Master. Welcome back to another Overwatch League news video. And today, guys, it's going to be an interesting one to talk about. We have some leaks coming from Halo of Thoughts with the LA Valiant. Obviously, the past couple of days has been a huge situation. I have no internet, so I couldn't really make a video about it. But if you wanted to get my opinion on it, just check other people's opinions. I honestly have the exact same thing, especially Plat Chat. I really agreed with everything they said. So if you haven't seen Plat Chat's whole talk about LA Valiant, that's basically exactly what I would be saying. Everything like Sideshow, Brent, and Vaz said. So I'm not going to make a video on that because it's been a couple of days now and everyone has the same opinion on how disappointed they are in the LA Valiant. But now it's time to talk about the future of LA Valiant as well, because they're going to have a full Chinese roster is what it looks like. And Halo of Thoughts has been leaking the potential signings. Keep that in mind, potential, not fully signed. And also, finally, we got the official announcement of Boston Uprising announcing 2 players that we've been waiting to get announced for a while because they were leaked from Halo of Thoughts. Let's go ahead and start off with the LA Valiant, though. I think this is going to be a hot topic for a little bit. Halo Thoughts has tweeted out, according to sources, LA Valiant are considering signing former Hangzhou Spark player Krystal and former Guangzhou Charge player Wya. Now, obviously, Krystal from the Hangzhou Spark has had a lot of issues, as we have seen in the past, kind of lying to his team, saying he would do stuff, back and forth with the team. Did not go well. Went on the Charge. Nero said he was supposed to be a substitute or a huge part this season for the Charge. Obviously did not go through. And now he is kind of in contenders, floating around, being a free agent, all of that. And now potentially being signed to LA Valiant, which honestly, if Krystal is going to be a player, if he's going to be professional about it, then I would love to see this signing for the LA Valiant. Krystal is a fantastic player, what we have seen from him on the Spark, and also just from everything else he's played in contenders. Really good player all around, could definitely be a top player. He just needs to be a professional player and be reliable, unlike how he was on the Hangzhou Spark all around. And I definitely think he will. He learned from his mistakes. I feel like Krystal has definitely learned from his mistakes, as we have seen from the past. He's still trying to earn his spot in the Overwatch League, and hopefully the LA Valiant do kind of sign him, give him that last chance. And then you have Wya, who didn't really get a lot of playtime on the Charge. I haven't really seen him in contenders as well. If he's good in scrims and tryouts, then definitely a good pickup. He already has some of that Overwatch League experience. Probably not a lot on stage, but probably behind the scenes. And he probably knows how it kind of goes down. And he also says both, of course, played on previously for Team 1 winner, which is going to be another part into this. So one of the next tweets I'm going to talk about from Halo of Thoughts is him talking about the potential roster that could come through with the LA Valiant. And he hasn't said this is according to sources, isn't anything but potential, which could end up happening with the sources he has right now. He's not full 100% on it right now, but basically the roster could potentially be Hybe, Molanrin, I don't know how to say his name, so please forgive me, Silver 3, and that's it with Krystal, Wya, and he says plus 2 more to reach the minimum of 7. So obviously, if you guys do not know, you need 7 players to actually play in the league, and as we know right now, LA Valiant has 0. We'll see where this goes. Looking at these players that the LA Valiant could potentially be looking at, that is in the Halo of Thoughts tweet, they have results, but I have personally not watched a lot of them. When I look at the records, they have been 3rd, 2nd, 1st, and most recently for the players like Silver 3, Hybe, and Molanrin, please forgive me once again, they have had the most recent, as it says on Wikipedia, 6th place. So we'll see where that goes. But also, if you look at the most recent tournaments from these guys, they have been kind of going down, but still getting 3rd, 5th, 6th, some L's here and there. But I would still say consistently they have been a pretty good team all around, looking at their winnings and results, being 1st, 3rd, 4th, occasionally being at the bottom. But all around, they seem pretty solid. Also, on top of this, you got to think LA Valiant, they're really late into the offseason. A lot of teams are done. A lot of the players that needed to get picked up are now fully done. There isn't probably a lot of high-tier players right now. There's definitely a few that you can get in the Chinese scene, especially like someone like Krystal and some other players. But all around, I think LA Valiant has some potential with some players this next season. Will it turn out? We'll just need to see where it goes, because everything's potential. They definitely need to sign players quick, because we're like 2 or 3 months closer to the Overwatch League starting date, and they need one to start scrims, because some teams may be starting scrims in a couple of weeks. We'll need to see where that goes, though. We don't know. And obviously the biggest thing, one of the most hyped things that has been out for a while in the off season, Overwatch League leaked it, and I guess Boston had to do their thing. They may wanted to do it today anyways, but Boston Uprising has finally announced the signings of Faith and Valentine, and man, I am just so excited to see how this works out with the Boston Uprising. When you look at their team, just looking at it right now, you have Stan, who's going to be potentially good main tank on this team, obviously worked for the Shanghai Dragons. You have Punk, who has potential. And also keep in mind, if you guys did not see, on their academy team, they did actually sign Gableshee. So if anything goes wrong with Punk, or just in general, if they want to try out Gableshee and contenders for a little bit, they can always promote Gableshee, which I feel like is almost guaranteed. But hey, it's Boston, don't quote me on it. And then onto your DPS, you have Soon, I'm 37, Valentine. You still have Color Hex on that roster as well. Honestly, I think the only 3 main DPS we'll be seeing is I'm 37, Soon, and Valentine. I really don't see Color Hex starting or getting any playtime of how good Valentine is and how flexible he is. Maybe Color Hex will come in for an occasional map or two if they're way better than Vancouver Titans, which will definitely be a possibility of someone like Faith on this roster now. And then obviously the support's going to be a top tier support duo for sure, with Faith and Bong. Going to be all around insanely good. And then when you even look at their newest coaches, you still have Lori, you have Boroy, who came in recently, and obviously Askoff, who's been here for a hot minute for the Boston Uprising. All around, Boston fans need to be really excited for this team. Just looking at the roster always is just, I'm really excited to see how Valentine turns out. Really excited to see how Faith comes out with Bong. And just in general, we also need to remember that Lori, he's worked with some of these players before, like I'm 37, like Valentine, like Faith. And now we'll need to see how he turns out with this new team in the Overwatch League and being on this team who's always been on the bottom of these standings. And hopefully Lori takes this team to a top spot. Hopefully they get really far in playoffs, or at least get into playoffs. Hopefully he's kind of like the next Krusty, but we'll need to see where this goes out. Hopefully Lori actually gets to stay on this team. There's no issues, none of that. It's a clean experience for Lori, and he may want to coach the Boston Uprising for another season. But knowing Boston, they always go in and out of coaches and players every year. Almost, it feels like every 5 or 6 months. We'll need to see where that goes out with the Boston Uprising, but all around, things are looking interesting for the LA Valiant. With the leaks that we're getting recently, we'll probably keep getting more leaks going on and on. They may change a lot. That's why, the next roster tweet that Halo tweeted out, don't take it 100% because it says potential. He's supposedly, they may be thinking about signing that roster. Not 100% just yet, but I do feel like Krystal and Wya is going to happen. I feel like that's going to be some of your best signings right now. Crystal's been a really good player in Overwatch League, as we have seen. But when it comes to him being reliable, hopefully he has learned his lesson. But we'll need to see where that goes on. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for me. If you guys want to stay more in tune with Overwatch League news and Overwatch League stuff in general, don't forget to subscribe down below. Also, don't forget to join my Discord down below as well. And don't forget to follow my Twitter and my Twitch. And don't forget to hit that bell. And don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I'll see you guys on the next one.